Hey y'all, how you doing? So today I'm going to just bring you this short, really short. I hope is sufficient. I'm trying to get the whole lighting situation together. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. Um, but anyway, um, I did this video earlier, and I was talking about and a transformative experience that I've had during travel. And one of the things that I wanted to say that resonates with me. I don't even say resonated, that resonates with me about the times that I've traveled, what I've learned along the way. Let me get in position so that I can share this with you. So the thing that I want to talk about is the idea of abundance versus too much and enough. Abundance, too much, enough. I feel like in life, balance is one of the most important things for us to try to find. Balance is so important. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't have balance. So that's what I want to discuss in this video, and it's going to be a short one. So let me do a little bit of business. Hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome to my channel, Wonderfully Me. Wonderfully Me is an opportunity for me to create some community where I share my travel experiences, life lessons, encouragement and motivation, and try to be a bit of inspiration to people who are trying to figure things out and trying to maybe fulfill their dream of travel because it is a passion of mine, or maybe it's not travel, but they're still trying to figure out how they can change their life and do what is necessary for them to get on the road to where they want to go. So this is the purpose of this channel, is really to help others find their purpose and passion. And for me, it is a passion project because I've lived it already. Why did that dim? Because I've lived it already, and because I want other people to feel the same degree of joy and satisfaction that I have felt in my own life. And I'm doing this in spite of a chronic illness that, sometimes plagues me even during the travel. So even during the joyful times, sometimes things don't go quite right. So I just want to encourage people that even when it doesn't seem perfect, that doesn't mean that things can't go the way they want them to. So that's what I do on this channel. And if it's your first time here, I want to say welcome. And if you are returning to my channel, I want to say welcome back. I am so glad that you're here. Know that you are in a safe space and you are family. I would love for you to share your comments, share your travel stories, share anything that has been impactful in your own life. Share those things in the comments. Let's create a dialogue. Let's talk about it. Let's try to figure it out. Just know that wherever you want to go, it is possible. But in this video, I want to kind of talk about how we look at things, how we approach things may significantly impact our ability to achieve those dreams, to live that dream or find your purpose or whatever. So abundance, I believe that you should have an abundance mindset. I think that if you have a mindset of lack, you'll have nothing. And that's not to say that every day I'm just so optimistic about everything. That is not what I'm saying at all. If anything, I can definitely be a negative Nelly, especially when things just seem to to start happening and that are out of your control, and you just feel like there's just like an avalanche of bad things happening. So I definitely don't want to give the impression that I have it all figured out. It's not that at all. But what I have noticed in traveling to other places outside of the United States is this difference that exists between what is enough, what is abundance, and what is too much. And what I have personally experienced for myself is that in the United States, we strive for too much. That's my personal opinion. If you have a difference of opinion, you can put it in the comments. But I think we strive for too much. I think that in our pursuit of everything, let me just grab, get, take, win, be the best. Nothing else matters but winning, and I'm number one and all that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to be your best. Absolutely, we should be our best. I was an A student, okay? If they had something higher than summa cum laude, then I would be that, because I wanted to be the best. Okay? So I'm not saying don't do your best, but that pursuit of the best sometimes warps our thinking. That pursuit of too much, so abundance being that, where should I start? So, okay, as I said, I believe you should have an abundance mindset, that the universe is always providing for you, that things are always working towards your greater good, and things will come to you or whatever. And I think that I always, because I grew up not having a lot of things, I always wanted to compensate for what I thought I was lacking as a kid. And I tell this story, people who know me know about the damn Pro-Keds. The Pro-Keds. There was some Pro-Ked sneakers, and I'm telling you, I was a kid in the 70s. And these Pro-Ked sneakers, they cost $14.99, which at the time was a fortune. So just put that in context to sneakers now, $300, $400, $500. People think nothing of it, but yeah. So these $14.99 Pro-Keds, my mother was going to allow us to get a pair of Pro-Keds, and I wanted the red Pro-Keds. And my mother was like, absolutely not. You can get the blue or you can get the black. Red does not match everything. Oh, I was devastated. I was devastated because I just wanted those red Pro-Keds. I don't know if y'all know what Pro-Keds. Y'all can Google them. They had the red and the blue stripe on the side, and this is pre-Nike. If Adidas, or we say in the hood, Adidas, if they existed back then, I knew nothing of them. Trust and believe. I remember Tom McCann had these sneakers called Jocks. That was my first entrance to a jogging kind of a sneaker. And we had Converses, what we call Skippies, which were like regular Keds, with the white sole, and they were white canvas, right? Those were we called them Skippies. And they had Pro-Keds. Pro-Keds was the best. And I wanted the best. But I wanted not only the best, I wanted the red Pro-Keds. I've always been that person who was a little bit different. I always wanted to, I guess, just stand out. I wanted the red Pro-Keds. And my mother was like, absolutely not. You cannot get them. So I bring up the Pro-Keds because I think that I spent the rest of my adult life trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't get red Pro-Keds when I was a kid. Is that not crazy? I really do. When I had no money, when I was just working a high school student and getting very minimum wage jobs, right? And I would get some money. I used to buy designer socks because I couldn't afford designer clothing. Every once in a while I would be able to get a little Lacoste shirt or some kind of designer something every once in a while, and I was fortunate enough to be able to get my little, back in the days we wanted the leather suits. I had the leather skirt and the jacket and whatever, and I had leather pants. And yeah, so you kind of got these different things that were maybe in style at the time, and we also were wearing shearlings and sheepskins and all these kinds of things and these leather bombers, and so I felt like I always had enough stuff, for the most part. I wasn't without everything, but I was in pursuit of an overabundance or too much. I was in pursuit of too much. So like I said, I was buying these designer socks. And then when I had money, I started buying the other designer stuff. So now I'm spending all the money I have on stuff. And I continued that. I continued that in everything. So even when I bought cars, you know, I wanted this Mercedes, and I wanted this Cadillac, and I wanted this, and this is what I was doing. I was in pursuit of stuff. And in my case, I know for a fact I was in pursuit of too much. I never was ever in pursuit of enough. Enough meaning that I would have all that I needed. I was never in pursuit of that. I was always in pursuit of too much. And yet, when I traveled, I found so many people. Their life was just about having enough. They wanted enough to feed their children. They wanted enough to be able to pay their bills. They wanted enough in order to be able to enjoy going to the lake and having a picnic. They wanted enough to be able to, you know, have shoes and clothes for their family, and you know, they wanted enough. But I wanted too much. And so in pursuit of too much, you spend all your resources getting too much. You spend all of your time working so that you can get more. And then you need more because you've done more. And so you just think you deserve more. And this pursuit of too much is too much. The pursuit of too much is too much. And I just feel like what I have learned in travel is that abundance isn't a bad thing, especially if you're willing to take what you have extra and share it with others who may be less fortunate. Abundance isn't bad, but too much isn't good. Too much, pursuit of too much, like just think about it. I mean, as an American, they always talk about the obesity problem here. It's because of the pursuit of too much. We can't just have the burger and fries. We gotta have it supersized. When you go other places and you get the combination meal, your soda cup is this big. In the US, your soda cup is this big. We want everything supersized. We want a bigger burger because we believe bigger is better, more is better. But how much is too much? Travel has taught me having enough is what matters. Having enough. I remember someone invited me to dinner and I said, oh, but your family doesn't know, like, I don't want to just show up and they aren't prepared. And he said, we just throw another potato in the pot. We share what we have and we make sure everybody has enough. And that stuck with me. That was another Peru lesson, actually. Yes. We share what we have. We make sure we have enough. When I've met people in Asian countries, in South American countries, in African countries, and it's always been the same thing. By our standards, we feel like they have so much less material things, yes, but they don't feel like they need all those material things. Some may want some because the idea of this capitalism, that thing that keeps this ball rolling over here, you show they see all these things in the world that are going on and what people have, especially in America or in Europe, and they think, I want that too. I want the fancy car. I want the bigger house. I want the designer clothes. I want. So now they're also moving from the place of having enough to wanting too much, using too much. I mean, and I can say this, when I'm in the US, I know for a fact I use way too much water. I use way too much electricity. I know it. I'm conscious of it because I've been other places and the lights is off until you can't see. That's when you cut them on. Why? Because that meter is running, and what you don't want is that joker to run out at an inopportune time. So you already know that, especially if you have like solar panels or something like that. Water, yeah, sometimes the water isn't running, so you want your tanks to be full all the time. Here, and when I was explaining to them, I was like, listen, not only does the water run 24/7, 365, I'm like, we can turn one little knob and we got hot water coming out, and we don't have any little box over the, in the kitchen or in the corner that is providing the electricity to heat the water. There's like this huge thing in these buildings, or we have a big hot water heater in the house that supplies everything. The concept of having to individually heat something, it just doesn't exist. When they have the showers, when I would use in like in Peru or other places I've traveled, in Africa or whatever, and we jokingly call it a suicide shower, because it's electricity and water together. And we always know that that's a big no-no. We learned that's not good. Water will conduct that electricity and you will get a shock, But these type of showers where the actual head of the shower is the heating element for the water, that's what you're used to. Whereas in the States, I would think nothing of taking a 30-minute shower in the US. Do I need a 30-minute shower? No, nobody does. We're not that dirty. But we use it as an opportunity to wind down, to have a peaceful moment to ourselves, to let the water massage our bodies, blah, 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 blah. As opposed to getting in, cleaning up, and getting out, which is what I would do if I was anyplace else, because I know of the scarcity of water at times. But in the US, too much. Even too much is not enough. We brush our teeth and the water running and we're not even using it. We will cut the water on. I know this for a New York thing, because New York water is so tasty, right? We will cut the water on and let it run for a little while so that it can get colder, so it can feel colder coming through. And then we will, put the glass underneath it. We will waste some water. Now let me be in Tanzania or Kenya or somewhere. I'm using that water. I'm putting it into I don't know why it keeps getting dark, but I'm using that water and I'm putting it into a basin, and I'm using the soapy water here, and I got the other basin with the clean water. I mean, it's like a science. It's like a science. Everything is down to a science, because I know how important that water is. I know the value. I don't know what I'm doing that's causing this light to change, but anyway, I know the value of what I'm doing. So anyway, I thought this video was going to be a little bit shorter. I just want you to think about how you view abundance, enough, and too much. Abundance, enough, and too much. Because I think if you travel, your view will change. I really believe that with all my heart. I thank you for listening to me. Oh my goodness, what is happening with this lighting? Listen, thank you for hanging in there with me despite my light challenges. Thank you very much for hanging in with me. If you've made it this far, I would like to say, do me a favor, give this video a like, drop me a comment, share your thoughts, share this video with others, because it can be helpful to how they think about things too. It could. And by all means, if you have not done so, subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate that. As I've always said, it means the world to me that I get to share my world with you. I am so grateful. I am so grateful that you spend your most precious commodity with me, and that is your time. That is something you can never get back, and you can only use once. So you have to use it wisely. And I thank you for using that time with me. I really do. I truly appreciate you. We are a community here, and we're building, and we're getting bigger and better. And I definitely need you for that process to happen, because good old Algo, first name Algo, last name Rhythm, if you don't feed the algorithm, it does not, It does not pass you on. It doesn't build you up. It doesn't do anything for you. Algo said, what have you done for me lately? So in order for us to feed Kado, first name Algo, last name Rhythm, it is very important that you like, comment, and share these videos. Okay? I would greatly appreciate it. Please and thank you. I know I said it twice, but it's just that serious. Okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. As I like to say, in each video that I make, and I don't know who's listening when I'm doing these videos. It's not like I know that 2 people or 10 people are going to see it. I'm not sure, but I feel like these are things that I would like to share. So let me just say that I value this opportunity, and I'm hopefully I'm trying to create something that's good for all of us, and hopefully it has been and will be for you, and we can do this thing together. So I thank you for the opportunity to do that. Yeah, stay tuned for more good stuff. This discussion is like a lot less about travel. I mean, it is and it isn't, but it's a lot less about travel and more about life in general and how we view things. But I know that my travel has been greatly impacted by, my life has been greatly impacted by travel. It's changed my perspectives on things. So I just want to, I want you to give that a thought. Give that a thought. And yeah, I think that's about the last thing that I want to say. Did I say to do good? Well, if I haven't, if I said it already, please forgive me for repeating. But as I like to say in every video, do good and be better. That means the hope is that you will be, no, not even the hope. The intention is that you will be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and an even better version of yourself tomorrow. Okay? So, until then, ciao for now. Thank you.